Are you constantly putting others' needs before your own? Are you always saying yes when you should be saying no? Are you constantly busy living other people's lives and sacrificing your own life? This is the problem. We can abandon ourselves in so many areas of our lives, constantly running around and living the life of others when we should be living the life of our own. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines of your own life and start living it. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. We think that this is a people-pleasing problem that we have. We think that we need to say yes all the time. We've been bred to believe that it's selfish to look after ourselves, that we have to do everything for everyone else and that our needs should come last. But this is bullshit. How are you supposed to pour from an empty cup? If you're constantly giving to other people, if you're constantly over-giving to other people and not giving enough to yourself, you're going to drain out, you're going to burn out, and you're going to literally collapse because you're not doing what you should be doing for you. This is the thing. People think people pleasing isn't a big deal, but it is. We're constantly comes back. It always comes back to the self-worth thing. Always that fear of abandonment, that fear of rejection. We've been hurt by childhood trauma, but also by past relationships. That we get to the stage of our lives that the only way we can really get validation is by helping others. And I know it sounds contradictory because we're here to help others. This is what we're here for. And that's I'm an advocate for that. But you cannot help others if you don't help yourself first. This is the thing, if you're constantly giving to everyone else and not giving to yourself, you're going to burn out. You're going to deplete. It's game over, and it is game over. I've spoken about this before. My life went to complete nothing. I was giving, and not, fixing my own life. And this happened. I'll explain how it happened for me, because people probably don't understand why they're people pleasing. You're people pleasing because you're seeking external validation. You've been hurt in the past, and your fear really is that you're not lovable, that you're not worthy. And if you say yes to people all the time, that kind of gives you that sense of fulfillment or that appreciation. But the people aren't really appreciating you. But if you think that you're not letting them down, that's your source of validation. Now, for me personally, I went down to nothing. I had to walk away from friends, and depleting my energy. I became very codependent again and needy again. So I spent more time with my dad, which I had already set boundaries with him because of his negative energy, but I forgot about those boundaries. So as a way of compensating for the emotions or the pain that I was feeling, I just took on this need to fix my dad's life, to do everything for him. He didn't need me, but I just took it as my responsibility. I have to make sure he's okay. And it was this all-consuming need to live his life for him, in a sense, or fix his life for him. But you see, some people aren't ready to be helped. So you're constantly giving to the wrong person, and all you're doing is depleting. Proper friendships, or, even coach-client relationships, they're give and take. You're helping each other in a sense, as in you both get to the outcome together. If you're helping a person who actually wants to be helped, you're actually getting to that stage where, the analogy I've said before is that if you throw down a rope for somebody, the next person, they're going to grab onto it and they're going to pull themselves up as you pull them. But the person who's not ready to be helped is going to dangle on that rope and say, here, you know what I mean? Just do it for me. And your hands are going to bleed. That rope you're going to have to let go or get dragged back down. And that's the problem. We end up getting dragged back down. We're climbing up this mountain for a reason. And we have to know who the right people are to throw the rope back down to. And I know that sounds a bit cruel, we're leaving people behind. But you either leave the people behind that don't want to be helped, or you go back fucking down there. And that's it. My mental and physical health went to fucking shit because of over people pleasing. Feeling the need to have to give to others all the time without giving to myself. My whole life, and this happened with another person as well, where every day every single day from fucking 7 o'clock in the morning, I was trying to fix her life, and it killed me. I was so fucking depleted. My whole life was on hold because I kept saying, oh, this is work. But, and that's why it's so important to set healthy boundaries as a coach as well. It's because you can overextend yourself. You know what I mean? I had to learn the hard way from a couple of different people that I was overgiving and not giving enough to myself in return. So this is where we have to ask ourselves, are you feeling energized by giving this help? Or it's not even about being energized. Are you taking enough time for yourself? Are you constantly, working all the time, saying yes to overtime, thinking that if you say no, they're going to fire you or you're going to let them down? You're only a fucking number. It doesn't matter whether you're like a general operative or a normal worker or a supervisor or a manager. We're in this constant state of fear. It's like, I have to do 12-hour fucking shifts or I'm going to fucking die. They're going to fire you. That's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? They will, yes, you are replaceable. And yes, if you don't turn up for work tomorrow, they will manage. But you're not going to get fired because they need you more than you need them. You know what I mean? And if you start standing up to your boss and say, listen, I need some time for myself. I need, mental health days, which are so important as well. This, how are you supposed to give all of yourself if you've got nothing? You know what I mean? I've been going through this a little bit lately as well, of feeling the need to be a certain way in order to succeed, or it feels like I'm letting people down if I don't do extra. And I went into burnout. I've always been, well, not always been, since I recovered from my relapse and my people-pleasing relapse, we'll call it, I learned how to take time for myself, big time, especially when I'm energetically giving online. It drains my energy an awful lot. So I have to take that space and time for myself. And as a coach as well, we need to do that. But lately, I was overdoing again. I felt I needed to overperform. I felt I needed to be a certain way in order to succeed, or to, it got all consuming for me. It came to my content creation. I was like, if I don't produce extra, I'm going to let people down. But I was fucked. I was drained. I was depleted. I was actually going through high levels of stress and I didn't even know it. And I had to come back down and I had to say, hold on now a second. You're taking on more without releasing some things. And that's what I had to do. I had to say no to certain things in my life in order to bring in new things. But what we often do is bring in the new things and don't let go of the old things. So we have to start being more organized in that sense and understanding where we're overcompensating or overgiving. If you're working a 6-day week, you're giving that money to the taxman anyway. So it's bullshit. And you're drained. You have no life for yourself. And the life you do have, you're running around doing everything for everyone else anyway. So where is your time? Where is your space? Where are you going to recharge? When are you going to refill your cup? Because this is you continue to give and give. The way I described it was, your cup is either half full or no, my cup is overflowing. But when I'm over people pleasing, my cup shattered. It fucking shattered. I really, really, the essence of me was gone. My personality was gone. I was inside this glass box screaming to get out because I was after losing all of myself. So where are you abandoning yourself? Where are you not choosing yourself? And this is what it is. It's about choosing yourself. Choosing your life. Choosing your passions. This is your life. You're not here to fix other people. You're definitely, and this is for me, it was my parent, my dad. And that's what we have this fixation thinking, I have a responsibility to look after them. They're not old. Do you know what I mean? We mollycoddle our parents too young and make them old before their time. So what you're effectively doing by running your parents' life too early is literally driving them into an early grave or into early season up mode. Do you know, where they can't actually do anything for themselves? They end up codependent on you, and you end up codependent on helping them. This is one of the the biggest codependent dynamics we can go through is thinking that we are responsible for our parents' lives. No, we're responsible for our own lives. And, you know, if you better yourself, you can be better for your parent or for whoever else that you're running around after. It's that simple. But if you're depleting yourself, living the life for somebody else, you're never, ever going to be strong enough to actually help that person. Because you're making that person's life worse because you're doing everything for them. You're making them lose their own independence. You know, there's so many different ways that we can literally neglect our own needs, sacrifice our own needs, and abandon our own needs. And I'll come back to it again. It's that worthiness, that unworthiness wound. We're doing it because we don't feel loved. Our inner child doesn't feel validated. And we think that by saying yes to everyone, that's our version of being loved. But it's not, because guaranteed the people you're saying yes to don't give a fucking shit. You think that they need you, but guaranteed if you said no, they'd figure the fucking shit out. 100%. Like, are you the person running around after people because you've got the car and no one else has the car? It's like, oh, he'll drive us here. Do you know what I mean? Or she'll drive us here. Do you know this kind of energy? Like, you know, this is what we have to ask ourselves. You know, are you only the go-to because you say yes? Or are you actually appreciated for your efforts? Are these people you're saying yes to making that effort for you as well? You know, and I hate the way people say, I'll do it for you if you do a favor for me. No, we're not in it like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I am a giver. I love helping people, but I cannot help anyone if I'm under stress. Like, you know, that was the thing over the last couple of weeks. You know, I'm a lot better now, but that stress had me depleted. And I had to take more time off. And then I realised I had to reorganise my schedule because I was bringing in more things, but I needed to let go of old things as well. And that's another thing. How are you supposed to welcome the life that you want into your life, the love that you want, the career that you want, if you're constantly saying yes and filling your life, being busy with other people's shit? Like, ask yourself, are you getting time for yourself? Are you doing these things for you? Are you getting to decide, this is what I'm going to do this week? Or are you saying, better leave my schedule open just in case somebody needs me? Like, it's a simple question. Like, are you sacrificing your whole existence, really, just in case somebody needs you? Just in case somebody needs to use you. Because that's what effectively is. Because you're sacrificing, and it's guaranteed if you said no to these people anyway, they retaliate. Everything I've done for you, this kind of energy. And they're the wrong people anyway. But like, literally, if you actually just turned around and said, I'm choosing to take a me weekend, some me time, the right person will say, no problem at all, I'd organise something else. The wrong people will say, don't be an asshole. Do you know what I mean? You know, you have to do this for me. That's why it's so important to be mindful of who and what you're saying yes to. What kind of energy are you allowing into your life? What kind of people are you allowing into your life? Are you literally depleting yourself for people who don't give a fucking shit about you? Because most of the time you are. You're giving to other, like, you don't, like, this is another thing. You do not owe anybody anything. You think that you need to be mannerly or polite. And yes, I'm all for manners and politeness. But oftentimes we reply to people or speak to people who are harassing us because we think it's polite to say something. You can block people. I'm an advocate for blocking and deleting. If somebody is not in your energy or good for your energy, block and delete. I'm sorry, even if that's family members, block and delete. You know, if it's sucking the soul out of you, block and delete. I'm an advocate for blocking and deleting. But I used to be the kind of person who'd never block anyone. I never, like, my toxic narcissistic ex was still abusing me for a very long time because I wouldn't block him from my fucking phone number. Do you know what I mean? And now I have everyone blocked on social media, anyone with low energy. And, you know, you can see their name pop up again and with a new account. It's like, fucking block and delete. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you should be so mindful because energy is real. So even just having, like, the wrong energy on social media, that can drain your energy. If you're saying yes to or replying to messages from people that that aren't good people just because you think it's polite, you're literally draining your energy. You're saying yes to things that are fucking you up. And that's what it is. It's fucking you up. You don't owe people anything. If you've got a history with someone, it's still okay to block and delete. Do you know what I mean? If somebody was toxic towards you, block and delete. You do not have to, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Literally, if you're saying yes to people all the time, all you have to do is say no as a full sentence. That's it. You don't have to say, no, I'm so sorry for not doing this today because I want to do something for myself. You don't have to say that. You don't have to make up an excuse like we feel guilty. It's like, I'll make up an excuse. I'll tell them I'm sick or something. No. Just say, no, I can't do this today. Bye. It's that simple. So assess your life. Are you living your life? Or are you living the life of others? Are you sacrificing your needs and putting other needs before your own, other people's needs before your own? Are you constantly saying yes to others when you should be saying no? Are you working overtime because you feel like you need to, because they need you? They don't fucking need you. You're a number. You're a number. If you say no, they'll just get somebody to replace you. It's that simple. Like, and I don't mean you lose your job. I mean, if you ring in sick and say you need a day off, they're just going to get somebody to cover your shift. Simple. So simple. So don't feel guilty for saying yes to yourself. Don't feel guilty for putting your life first. Overflow your cup, and then you can give to anyone you want, except for the wrong people. Stop giving to the wrong people. Do you know what I mean? And stop sacrificing your life. It's time to start living your life for you. This is your life, your future. These people will respect you for choosing yourself, and if they don't, they're not your people. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help in your path. Also, I have a free webinar coming up on Friday the 12th of September at 6 p.m. Ireland UK time. I will be speaking on inner child healing, which is a very important part of our journey. If you need any information, just comment below. And also, I have set up a new YouTube channel for meditations. I will be doing guided meditations. I'll be sharing one a week. It's called Aligning with Angie, and you'll see the link in my bio. So if you wanna follow me there, we will be doing a fresh new meditation every week.